Welcome to the Real Estate Fight Club, a podcast for agents where you'll witness a battle of opinions about topics affecting your real estate business. Now, always in your corner, here are your hosts, Jen Mertland and Monica Weekly.
Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Fight Club. What's up, Jennifer Merlin? Yo!
Oh my God. Are you doing some karate moves? What are you doing?
You're watching this on YouTube?
You take Taekwondo?
I'm doing Tai Chi.
Oh, Tai Chi. Aren't you supposed to have like a ball you spin around or something?
Like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Or my wife sometimes does Qigong, and it's very like energy moving with nothing in your hands. Pretend there's a ball in your hand. It's very strange.
Sounds weird. This reminds me this one time. I always think that I want to try yoga, but like my center of gravity is like I'm like, anyway, if you've never seen me in real life, maybe look at some pictures.
Stop. You do great at yoga. I love yoga. I just find it difficult. I'm so stiff, like in my hips and stuff. I cannot do the moves.
Well, I was in this beginner yoga class, mind you. And this girl in front of me was doing all this crazy shit. I was like, wow, she's amazing. Like I'm watching her and I'm trying to stand on, one finger or whatever. I was like, wow, this girl is so amazing. I wish I could be like that. And I just like fell right over. I was like, oh my God, I'm just gonna stay here. Fuck this.
Yeah, that's okay. That's funny. All right, guys, welcome back to the show. I'm really glad you're here. We love having you tune in and love having you share this episode with anyone you think might enjoy it. Because today, Jen and I are going to duke it out over this question. How do you know if you are an entrepreneur?
Oh, an entrepreneur.
How do you know if you're truly meant for and set up to be an entrepreneur? And if you're acting like an entrepreneur, if you are one, or if you're just playing one on TV?
What do you think, Monica?
So, okay. I think it's interesting time in our lives because the internet has created a platform for lots of entrepreneurship. And certainly we as real estate agents, we are 1099. And in the eyes of the IRS, that means we're business owners. Mm-hmm. So in that way, you would think we're entrepreneurs. But I think an entrepreneur is more than just, hey, I own a business, so I'm an entrepreneur. I look at entrepreneurship as kind of more of a mindset than a stamp,
Interesting. What's the mindset?
Yeah, the mindset would be one, obviously extreme independence and wanting to take on your own success and future and be responsible for that. I think an entrepreneur has to have the spirit of understanding time, like patience and time that it takes to grow a business. You're out. I know you're not an entrepreneur. I've struggled with that piece for sure. So I feel like it's more of like a packaged, almost a set of characteristics versus a stamp of like, you're an entrepreneur because you own a business. And I feel like a lot of people want to dig in and be an entrepreneur because they like the upside of it.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'll make my own hours and be my boss and whatever. And it's just the absolute worst reason to become an entrepreneur.
Hey there, you liking this video? Go ahead and hit subscribe so you get all the latest videos.
I think it's in your DNA. I really do. I don't know that you can. I mean, I guess some people can learn it, but what do you think?
I really don't think you can. I think one, I don't think you have to know how to spell it to be it.
Yeah, thank goodness.
The definition literally reads, a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses taking on greater than normal financial risk in order to do so. I feel like that's like a baseline because there are people that are willing to take on financial risk, but I think you're right. There is this whole like essence of like, you are taking responsibility of creating your own job. Like I remember a few years ago, this guy asked me, he was like, what would you do if you lost your job? And I literally was like, I do not understand what you're saying. Like, what is your question? And he's like, what if you lost your job? I was like, I literally don't know what you mean.
I don't have a job to lose.
I don't understand what you're saying. Like, I would just, like, if I couldn't be a real estate agent, I would just like do something else. Like, I would literally just like do something else. I would literally start something else.
Right, exactly.
Like,
that is the DNA of an entrepreneur.
Yeah, like I think it requires like a level of courage. I think it also requires like this level of like everybody does it wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I know how to do it right, right?
Right.
Control issues or whatever.
Yep. I agree. If I had to like boil it down to a sentence, I think if you are willing to fail many times, you have the entrepreneurial spirit.
And still get up and keep going.
And get up and keep going. And
learn.
that is what separates, obviously, in most scenarios, good agents from bad agents. That's not the right way to say that. Sorry. Successful agents from agents that struggle to succeed. I don't mean good and bad. I'm sorry. Please do not send me hate mail.
Unsubscribe.
No, do not unsubscribe. That was just actually me using wrong words. Sorry. But an entrepreneur is willing to, it does not see failure as like a final moment. It's just a learning moment and a pivot moment.
We're like,
that's
that
how
didn't work.
Yeah. Whoa, okay. We're going to have to try that again. And so many agents that I see, and we're only talking about agents because that's the context of who you and I talk to most, but they struggle with failure and fear, so much fear. Like most entrepreneurs are fearful, but they do it anyway.
Right. So how do you know, like, I would say, I don't think all real estate agents are entrepreneurs. Do you agree?
Agreed.
So, but if you're not an entrepreneur, you could still be successful real estate.
Yes. Yes. I think so. You're just running, you're operating your business a little differently. You're maybe staying kind of within bounds of what a traditional, business looks like.
Should you have to be an entrepreneur to be a real estate agent?
No, I think for the reason you just said, it does not require it. I mean, if I wanted to get into real estate because I wanted to sell 4 homes a year so that I could pay for Christmas gifts every year, then I should have the right to do that. I know you disagree and you want to blow it up and she shouldn't be able to do that. I get it. But I think that's the beauty of our business is it serves a lot of purposes.
It's the beauty and the curse, right? So let's talk about the downside of being an entrepreneur.
It's all on you. Like it's all on you. There's nobody else to point to, it's
always my boss is always a jerk and now I'm just the boss.
You're the jerk.
Like
jerk. My boss is still a jerk. It's just me.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. That's
nobody
true.
like delivers your mail. You have to like mail stuff yourself.
Yeah, that's right. When you are an entrepreneur and you're building something, you've got to be all the things. You're the mail room, you're the, custodian, you're the marketing person, you're the president, you're all the things. And I think too many people think entrepreneurship is the role of the owner, the founder.
Right.
And they're not willing to see that a true entrepreneur is in the dirt. Yeah. If you want a great person to tune into on this subject matter is Gary Vaynerchuk. Do you ever listen to him? I mean, this is what he talks about a lot.
He's intense, man.
He's intense and he's an entrepreneur in his bones. Like, yeah.
I always kind of thought like as an entrepreneur, you kind of like had to have a lot of different businesses. And in like kind of almost not necessarily like related either. Like all the businesses that I own are related, but as like thinking about it, I was like, it's just because that's what I'm interested in.
Do you think entrepreneurs are by nature creative?
I think that's not a requirement.
Okay.
I think it's more required that, because I don't know that you have to be like creative. I think you just have to, I don't know. No, I don't think that's a requirement. Do you?
Okay. No, not necessarily, but I think it is the creative outlet for a lot of people. When we say creative, we might feel like drawing or art or singing or something like that. But when you said like, I want to start something new or start, have many businesses, I think that's a creative outlet for people like trying new things. That's always been a thing for me. Like the joke is I don't sit still and, wait for something before I go try something else. Like that's my form of creativity.
Right.
But I think that's entrepreneurial for me, but that doesn't mean it.
Yeah. It's an interesting topic, but you want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Let's take a break, check out our partners, and when we return, we'll have some final thoughts.
Hey guys, it's Monica here. I am so excited to introduce you to Real Estate Fight Club's newest partnership, Cyberbacker. Cyberbacker is the best in the business for virtual assistants. How do I know this? Because I am a Cyberbacker customer and I love this company. I have my favorite, Frances. She is my Cyberbacker, been with me for over a year. She's amazing. She makes me better. She's eager to help. She's on time. She's disciplined. She's awesome. And this company, Cyberbacker, has figured out the system from the interviewing process to find out what I need, to the interviewing process to interview several Cyberbackers, to the onboarding process, to the training process. Very buttoned up, very awesome. You and I both know it's time for you to leverage. It's time for you to take that step, and Cyberbacker is a really safe, awesome solution. Make sure to mention Fight Club and you will be getting a free gift. All right, do it. Make the call. See ya. Welcome back. Let's get back to the battle inside the ring and close out this with our final round. While we were listening to our fabulous partners, I thought of two words when I think of entrepreneurship. Tell me if you agree with these or if you have different words.
Disagree.
Tenacious and resourceful. And that resourceful word to me is where the entrepreneur is never victim and they're never stuck and it's never over and it's never failed. Like they're always going to find a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I think that's right.
Comes there too.
Yeah. I think that's it. Cause it's like, we're going to succeed. Most of the time for an entrepreneur, there's this undertone of like, I'm going to succeed even though people said I couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's happening. There's like, it's happening. I'm not taking no for an answer. Like I'm not giving up. This is what's happening. Like, I don't care.
Do you think passion comes into play at all in entrepreneurship? Like for success to be there?
Yeah, I think so. No, because that leads, the passion pulls you through the hard times. Because I think this is something that people don't realize when they go to start something. There's a lot more hard than there is easy. And you do need the patience. And in order to have that, you have to have passion. And you have to have like stick-to-itiveness.
Do you think that some people just have passion for building things? It doesn't matter what the business is. I love to build it or break it down and build it again or whatever. I don't have that passion. I have to have a passion for what I'm actually building. But some people just love the art of the deal, which I think is a Trump book. Wasn't that?
I don't know.
The art of the
Trump,
deal,
your
the
favorite
art of the building. What's that?
You said Trump?
Yeah.
Oh
He is not my favorite author.
I can't imagine that he would.
But we're not going to talk politics on Real Estate Fight Club because we just don't want to go there. So what do you think about that? I guess the passion can look different.
I think you have to have passion for what it is that you're doing. There has to be like a why. There has to be something that pulls you through when everything is going wrong. You have to have like this belief that what you're doing is for something.
So what do you think the message is to our listeners who are realtors, obviously, and 1099 business owners, and they're wondering, am I entrepreneurial? I'm not, I don't think. How can I be successful? Like, what's the message to agents in the space?
I think that most agents probably are entrepreneurs. And I think that because you have this, like, I don't know, like you're annoying. about real estate.
That's
You can't, it's like a topic you always talk about. It's like you always are trying to make your business better. You're always looking out for like your clients, like you want the best for everybody. You want, I don't know. I think I think most agents probably are entrepreneurs.
You know, it's just having an aha when you were saying that, because I'm entrepreneurial for sure. That's my spirit in my brain. I'm always trying something new and building something. And I've worked for myself for as 100% commission since I can remember.
Yeah.
However, I don't think that's why I've had success in real estate, because my real passion is helping agents. It's not selling houses.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how that plays all in. I guess at one point my entrepreneurial focus was the real estate, but now it's so much bigger than that.
I think it's like, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense too, because like I got into real estate to buy investment property. So like my passion is actually the investment property and the other income we can generate by being a real estate agent. And so I like that piece of it, because real estate gives me the money to do the freedom for what I really want to do.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean that we're not both entrepreneurs.
But I think that's exactly why we are entrepreneurs, because we have found what fuels the thing we want.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to do the thing that fuels the thing that you want so that you can have that.
Boom.
Yeah, I think that, I think that's
Agreed.
it.
There was no knockout here.
Okay, good. No knockout. No.
I wonder if people, if the listeners, if you feel that like you're an entrepreneur, that you are an entrepreneur, and have you met an agent that wasn't, and what do you think the difference was?
Yeah, would love to hear that. Go to our Facebook page or Instagram, send us a private message, post it, whatever you want to do. Curious to know if you think you are an entrepreneur, and if we missed something in this discussion that you feel like is a key component of being an entrepreneur. Love to hear from you. Real Estate Fight Club podcast on both of those. And you can go to YouTube as well. We're rocking it there too.
Yeah, baby.
We're trying to be everywhere, Jen. I don't know.
We're not trying.
We are
in it. We're surrounding you.
That's right.
Like us everywhere. And then if you have a question about EXP and want to learn more about why Monica and I switched, feel free to call us at 513-400-1691. All right, Monica.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. I am here with our tiebreaker, Rahul Athavale. Hey, Rahul. How are you?
Hey, you killed my last name. That's awesome.
Only 45 minutes of practice before we jumped on here. But so you're not a real estate agent, but you are an entrepreneur, which is why I thought you would be a great person to answer this question. And even just for like a little bragging, one of your companies was sold to Google. So that's exciting.
It is exciting. It was very exciting.
Yeah. Okay. So you ready for your tiebreaker question?
I am. Let's do it.
How do you know if you're an entrepreneur?
Ooh, I love this question.
I knew you would.
I do. I love it. So the way I know, and the way when I see somebody who says, I really want to be an entrepreneur, what I look for are two things. One, do they have a vision, right? Like, do I have a vision? I have a very clear and defined vision. I look at it every day. I think about it every day. I'm obsessed with my vision.
I think obsessed is a good word. Like literally obsessed. Like if the vision were real, you would be its stalker. You would know every move.
Oh, absolutely. I am a stalker of my vision. That is such a nice way to put it. I have some guys I mentor. I'm going to tell them that
it's trademarked.
Stalker of your vision.
I'm just kidding. Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll totally pay you for that.
Great.
The licensing fees on that. So
Okay.
that's one, like, right. But I meet so many people who are like, I have a vision and I have the vision boards and all that stuff is really nice. And I'm a believer in manifesting.
Yeah.
But it takes work, right?
Right.
So the other piece to having the vision and the vision boards and all that stuff is how much work are you willing to do? And
all of it.
Punched in the face and kicked in the gut and thrown to the ground, are you willing to get back up and keep fighting?
Division
And
does not like to be stalked, is what you're saying.
that's right.
Yeah.
And so I have aggressively gotten up when I've been kicked down. And what I found is the closer I get to the goal, the bigger the challenges get. And as long as I'm willing to stay the course, it always works out. Always. For example, I'll give an example of yesterday.
Okay.
I woke up that morning and and the goal was I'm going to close 3 venture capital deals today.
Okay.
And I had 2 that were probably maybes. And the one was, there was no other, like, I didn't know where the third one was going to come
Okay.
from, right?
Okay.
And it was 9 o'clock at night that I was cold calling into old contacts into California, looking for my third deal. And I accidentally got the CEO of a VC on the phone.
Nice.
And he was like, listen, I don't know if we need this now. I'm like, listen, I'll do this deal for January only.
Right.
And he knows my rates. And he was like, yeah, we'll sign a year deal. So I got a year deal because I was unwilling
Yeah.
to, like, I wasn't going to say, well, the universe didn't hand it to me.
No.
I needed to go create it.
Yeah.
Right?
It sounds like you also have to be like a little bit, I mean, obsession and insanity kind of go hand in hand a little bit, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like that's the part of the doing whatever it takes part. But how long, what do you think? Like how long, because people say that I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So how do you know when you say that how can you tell you're talking to an entrepreneur?
I like to look at actions, right? Like, so I'll suppose I'm talking to an entrepreneur or someone who thinks they're an entrepreneur. And I'll say, well, what are you doing? Do you have a vision? Yes, I have a vision. We'll describe it. And they describe this beautiful vision. And then I say, well, what have you done? What did you do yesterday?
Right.
And they'll tell me all these things that they did. And I'll find that in those like 99 things they did, maybe one was an actionable item that brought money in the bank closer to their goal.
Right.
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 That's not an entrepreneur. That's somebody who thinks they want to be an entrepreneur. That's someone who likes the idea of entrepreneur.
Yeah.
That's somebody who can actually spell the word entrepreneur.
Oh my God.
Right? Like,
How to spell?
I can't spell it. I have Google, I have
the spell
check for a reason.
Right.
But this guy could actually spell it, but he has no idea what it actually means to be one. Right. So that's how many things in a day are you doing that are actionable items that are going to bring you closer to the money? So if you looked at my calendar has the way my calendar is set up is it's 70% actionable items and 30% non-actionable.
Okay.
Right. And my business has been built now that I have 5 full-time employees in this new business. And the only thing I do is what I love now, which is closing deals.
Right.
And everything else goes to the other people who do, like my clients, if my clients knew that if my clients wanted me to service their deals, they would hate me.
It wouldn't get done properly.
It wouldn't get done. But I have very smart people who do those things.
Right.
But I've grown the business to the point now where I can do that.
Right.
In the beginning, if 70% of your calendar is not closing deals, you're not an entrepreneur.
Right. Now, that's great. These are really, really good. So our audience, as you know, are real estate agents. Right. What are you working on right now? Is there any business that you're doing that would?
Yeah. So I do LinkedIn marketing, very specifically LinkedIn marketing. I have an affinity for real estate agents. I was a real estate agent in undergrad and in grad school. It's actually
sorry.
I know, I am too. I'm still traumatized from those years.
I bet.
And I was in Florida of all places. So please don't judge me.
It's better than California.
True. It is better than California. Which I'm not in any of those places now. I moved to Mexico and I'm now living on a really nice condo on the beach in Mexico. I highly recommend it. But I would say that, so what we're doing today is we have a SaaS tool that we've developed that helps real estate agents use LinkedIn to generate listings and buyers. Nice. And the key to real estate, I think for realtors, the key is not the tools. There's lots of good tools out there. Is what kind of content are you using and who's developing your content and who's managing the content, right? Like I know Jennifer, I've seen Jennifer's content. It's phenomenal. It's obvious that she put time and effort and energy into it. Well, it is. I mean, your content's awesome.
Thanks.
I've seen other realtors out there on LinkedIn who've got content that looks like it came from the trash can next door. Like,
Oh my
no
God.
offense,
Right.
right? And you too might have similar tools, but what content are you putting into the marketplace? So we write the content, we develop the content. We're very good at what we do. And all the job is of our clients is to engage with a client, with a prospective client, once we bring them to the table. So,
Yeah.
you know, once
That's where what is that expression about the pavement hits the road? Is that right?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm terrible at expressing.
Yeah, but yeah, I can get that. So you are able to help agents reach out through LinkedIn and get buyer and seller leads. And
That's
then
correct.
when those leads come in, they have to be then committed to the process of converting the leads. I mean, that's really that's what we know how to do.
That's when the rubber hits the road.
Rubber meets the road. Not
Rubber, that's what it was.
where something meets the road.
Something was meeting the road.
There's a driver because I hate driving. So whatever. Okay. Yeah, I like it. So if we wanted, if somebody wanted to learn more about that, they wanted to talk to you, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, email is the best. And it's Rahul at truenorthalliances.net.
Okay.
And I can kick that over to you in an email.
Yeah, we'll put it in the notes too. Awesome. Well, thank you for being on. I really appreciate it.
You are so welcome, and I will talk to you very soon.
Bye.
Bye.